Hello, friends. This is Cold Run back with Dragon Age Inquisition. We are here back in Skyhold after quite an adventure um, in Here Lies the Abyss, where we went through the Fade. I think we took out the Nightmare, but I'm kind of uncertain on that. I feel like it's very, very, very possible that the Nightmare is still a thing, and that we're going to actually have to fight it as a boss in some way before the end of the game. I mean, not very, very. I'd say I think 70% chance we're done with the Nightmare. 30%, which is pretty high. The Nightmare might come back as a thing. Um, yeah, because I mean, we didn't see it actually get roasted in there. We just saw Hawk kind of doing a heroic sacrifice thing, which at least gave us room to escape. So yeah, we'll see on that front. But yeah, I'm going to take this as another post zone completion thing and just kind of talk to people. But the first thing I wanted to do was note that there's a lot more people than I remember, specifically a lot more legions. Was this hall always this packed? Feels like there's like a feast going on here. Yeah, they got like the roast beast from Dr. Seuss over here. They got, what's the thing on the rack? Is that like, this just, yeah, just meat on a bone? Yeah, so they got all kinds of stuff going on. They got fancy Orlesian breads. Yeah, this is a feast going on over here. There's also a judgment thing. Let me first talk to Gatsy, because there's a couple of murals that.
Stone Mad Inquisitor.
Wait,
Another time.
Best of the vein, Inquisitor.
I didn't notice that the murals are actually on the wall. The murals I collect are on the wall. That's super cool. So like one mural, there's what, one, two, three, four, five. So there's 12 pieces. I have one, two, three, four, five, six out of the 12 pieces. So is there a mural that I'm 6 out of 12 on? Or a mosaic, I'm sorry. Yeah, this must be the invasion. That's so cool. It's the specific pieces too. That's awesome. And are the other ones like around? One, two. I'm not sure where the other ones are. I'm sure they're around somewhere.
Stone Mad Inquisitor.
Do you have insight into the stories these tiles are supposed to depict?
Here you go, Inquisitor. I wrote up some thoughts. Hope it adds to the effort.
Unlock the Mason's Tail, the Archdemon. So this is one we completed recently. Here, like, this is something different. But I don't think I've seen this yet. This is new still to me. Or maybe it was updated. Here lies the abyss, the well of all souls. From these emerald waters doth life begin anew. Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity. Canticle of Andraste 1411. Chantry sisters have long debated this section of the Chant of Light. It is tempting to assume that the well of all souls is a literal well, but such imagery appears nowhere in Andraste's other works. An examination of Threnodies 1:4 yields clues. From the waters of the Fade you made the world. As the Fade had been fluid, so was the world made. Was the world fixed. Okay, so yeah, it might just be Ocean of Dreams. It's possible, even likely, that the emerald waters Andraste refers to are the substance of the Fade, which began as an Ocean of Dreams, Threnodies 1:1, and was reduced to a well, bottomless but limited in scope by the Maker's creation of our world. Interesting. Is Andraste urging the listener to come to the Fade? Should we take from these emerald waters doth life begin anew as literal evidence of reincarnation, or even of life after death, as the Cult of Spirit suggests, or as a figurative benediction indicating that the Maker is the source of all life, and in finding his embrace for eternity, we will only be returning our souls from whence they came? I like that second one. An excerpt from Reflections on Divinity by Revered Mother Juliet. But there's... where was the other one? There. The Mason's Tale, the Archdemon. I gather this one is titled the Archdemon, not the 3 Archdemons, and I'll get back to that. Oh, okay. Good construction here. A nice balanced carving, if you consider Tevinters to have equal weight to the dragon's hearth. Not a bad comparison, if you ask me. 7 magisters and some easy symmetry to give host... Is there a... No, that's just that. To give a host something to sound smart about after dinner. If I had to guess. If I had to guess, they'd go on about how 4 lines and 4 magisters are part of the dragon and favored. 2 lines are piercing it, so they do more damage than good. And 1, that big one furthest out, has missed the thing completely. If this was carved around the 3rd blight, that gets you 3 heads. Doesn't matter, those are all shallow details, probably followed by, and it speaks to me because my soul something regret, whatever. Now, the first thing those spits don't understand is that carving isn't just what you see. They've never made a physical thing and don't know the how of it. Depth is all tricks of shadow and such. The actual cuts are only as deep as the sculptor wants, and if you take a flat edge to this thing, what she wanted is strange. Because what I'm thinking is that this is one archdemon, the 3 heads are the reaction to the 3 lines. Because piercing line 1 is on the same tier as the Tevinter second from left, and the middle head turned away. Piercing line 2 is the same tier as Tevinter fifth from left, and the first head turned away. And the line that misses, that's the same tier as the big Tevinter farthest out. And the dragon is looking straight at him. So the ones who did damage, the dragon doesn't care. The one who faked it, the dragon gives him an eyeful. So, okay, I don't quite get the artistic, like what they're talking about the dimensions, and I can't picture it. And it was hard to get a real sense of it from looking at the image on the wall there. But yeah, I get the sense that it's just an image that looks like there's 3 dragons, but he's saying there's actually 1 dragon. Now add to that, artists like to hit big targets, but this carving has no faces. If she wanted to carve specific people, they'd be there. She has that skill. So what if she's not after the magisters, she's carved Tevinter? So what if she's not after the magisters, she's carved Tevinter itself? So what if she's not after the magisters, she's carved Tevinter she carved Tevinter itself. You got 4 ages of the Empire, whether they're part of the dragon, 2 where they damage it, and 1 where they miss the point entirely and it gets them eaten. Think about it too much, and I bet you could come up with 5 different ways to match their calendar, including your favorite aunt's birthday. So there you go. That's how to go from balanced to not invited next time at my house. Anyway, that's so cool. That's fascinating. And so, again, like this is really hard to make heads or tails of what's going on here. Like I see that there are things that look dragony, but I see like a head on the right, and but they can't see like the expressions on, or I can't see like the people, and so I'm just gonna take his word for it. There was another thing there though, under places. Okay, I don't know if I've read this before. Apologies if I have. I have very poor memory. This is the most recent entry in on Skyhold. Inquisitor, your archivists have asked me how I came to know the name and location of Skyhold. To the latter I may speak easily. When one walks in the Fade, it's got to be Solus. When one walks in the Fade, any fortress that has seen enough battle shines as a beacon for spirits drawn to death and struggle, even after centuries of disuse. As to the former, I myself cannot say for certain. The whispers of old memory carry 1,000 such names upon their breath, and it is possible that this name belonged to some other keep in some other land. Still, it seems an auspicious name, for there's one peculiarity of language that your scholars seem to have missed. When the words reached my dreaming mind, Skyhold was not simply a fortress near the sky, nor was it some simplistic allusion to holding up the sky. Skyhold, Tarsilon Telos, was the place where the sky was held back. That's super cool. Given your efforts against the breach and and their battle against a madman who seeks to assault the Black City in the Fade, I can only hope that the Inquisition's new stronghold lives up to its name, Solus. That's an awesome interpretation of Skyhold, which I hadn't thought about. Okay. Screw dangling participles. Let's judge someone.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus.
Oh, okay.
We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms. To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
I mean, I feel like this will be quick.
Countless better men and women than you are dead. Why shouldn't this be quick?
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you've trod in your pathetic life. I serve the living God. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Okay, so my goal in this case is to punish him as much as possible. And it sounds like he clearly wants to die, so let's do the other thing.
Since death is a validation for you, I will delay it. Lord Livius Eramond of Arantium, you'll spend the rest of your days in the deepest, darkest hole we can find.
Get wrecked.
We shall see which of us outlives our legacy, Inquisitor.
Yeah, there's a good chance he gets broken out at some point, but I don't know. Especially after that speech, I didn't want to kill him. Oh, there's more judgment. Okay.
Another of the lingering pains of adamant, your worship. Sir Ruth is a senior warden of the Order. She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
I'm just thinking. So I wonder if it's out of guilt and she actually has, because again, it's the fact that he was so unrepentant and so clearly that you can't do anything else. This, I mean, if she's repentant and wants to die, there might be a better way around it.
You're very serious about this. Is more death the answer?
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
I won't judge a warden. Jailer through a quay. I don't like either of these two. So, I think this is almost like a process of elimination. When public humiliation then sounds just wrong, like, I don't know. I don't like that. Jail her, throw away the key also sounds wrong. Because I don't... Just like with her, the person in charge of her order, like, she made a crap decision, but I understand where the impulses came from and where the decision originated, and she was, they were tricked into it. I won't judge a warden. I think that wardens should be judged in some cases. It's just this particular one is not worthy of that sort of judgment. But I understand that there's no option that's like, you're pardoned, because she wouldn't pardon herself. But going to the deep roads may be like her chance to at least make some kind of reckoning in a way that she would like.
You feel your life is over. There's a place for such wardens. Sir Ruth, you'll go to the deep roads. Your death may be as quick as you choose.
This sends no message. This is just an end.
I don't think you need a message for what you're doing. I'm okay with not sending a message about what you did. Judgment, the death of good Sir Ruth, operation available. Okay. Like, I think the biggest message that can be sent is the wardens, like, turning their backs on on that action that they did. I don't think that there's anyone who would see her death as like, oh, in that case I won't do it. I think that they'll see the wardens making amends for what they did, honestly, and taking an accounting of that as the thing that dissuades future wardens from doing that. I don't think wardens are afraid of death in the same way. I don't know. I don't.
It's time to plan our next
Yeah.
attack.
Oh.
What's the state of the Inquisition?
Ambassador Briala has not forgotten her debt. You may count on aid from Orlais.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons. With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
Yeah, I'm sure they
We've
are.
beaten their god twice over. Corypheus must be livid. Where is he now?
After Adamant, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds and sent them marching south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
Time to finish them off. I mean, yeah, I think it is time to finish them
We
off.
strike Corypheus now, while his people are reeling. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
Yeah, I don't think he's just
His
hiding.
people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more.
He's looking for
What he
another way
hopes
into the
to
Fade.
find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one.
Hey, Morgan.
Fortunately, I can assist.
You have my attention, Lady Morrigan.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
'Tis best if I show you.
Okay, I'm open.
This is an Illuvian.
Ah.
Elven artifact from a time long before their empire was lost to human greed. I restored this one at great cost, but another lies within the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
So I don't remember the details of the Illuvian. I remember that, and let me know if I'm mistaken on this, I think it played a role in the whole werewolf storyline in Dragon Age Origins and the Meryl storyline in Dragon Age 2, but let me know if I'm mistaken on any of that.
This belong to my people?
I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
Some
A more
connection to the
appropriate
Fade?
question would be, where does it lead?
Into the mirror. So I'm going to guess this is going to the Fade, but we'll see. I'm probably wrong, because we were just there. Is it just a straight-up teleport? I don't think so. Or I didn't think so.
If this place once had a name, it has long been lost.
I mean, it sounds like a spiritual place rather than a physical place with the echoes in their voices and the blue hue. Look at those trees. Those, like, rounded trees.
I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
So maybe Corypheus is hoping that one of these will lead to the Fade, because that's what he's after. He's after another way to the Fade now that he doesn't have the anchor.
This place is extraordinary. How could this even exist?
Who can say? Formed from the fabric of time and space, perhaps. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable.
Oh, is there one
As
that's
for
lit
the
up?
rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
And what if it's even more than that? What if one leads directly to the Black City somehow?
What do you mean a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Like from the other side?
Opened how?
With a key.
I suppose you have such a key?
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different.
Hmm.
I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations.
Yeah, no shit.
Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
Was this part of her DLC, the one where she had like was fleeing with the demon baby or whatever that was?
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better.
Or was it part of
For
just
a
the...
time, I was safe from those who hunted me.
Yeah, this
But
sounds like
only
the
for a
DLC.
time. One cannot remain in between forever.
So does something happen to you if you stay here too long, I wonder?
This is all very interesting, but why show it to me?
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And
Yep.
enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
There's a piece of character development here that I really enjoy, which is, in the first game, I know Morgan's whole thing was that you didn't know what side she was on, whether she was like against you or for herself or on your team or whatever. And I like that she's settled into this role as like I don't think she's on Team Corypheus or anything. Like she's just this kind of a weirdo apostate mage who's definitely on our side. I really hope I don't come to eat those words in like the next chapter, but I don't get that sense that that doesn't seem to be part of her mystery at this point. So where is this? Is this by the courtyard? Yes, yep. Okay. All right, so there should be some new stuff going on here. So what Pride had wrought is the next main story beat, it looks like. There's a few other quests available. Oh, learn more about dragons. I forgot about this. Excerpt of Frederick of Seralt's report. That's right. You could not imagine the wealth of knowledge in Navarra. I could spend years reading the physical descriptions of dragons alone. I shall have to spend more time here. For the moment, however, I've discovered that dragon slayers of the past believed dragons to be unusually resistant to the blight. In fact, some believed that dragon physiology was capable of stemming the spread of infection, though this was a mere hypothesis and never fully explored. Did you know? I sat in a chair made entirely of bleached dragon bone. It was magnificent, if not very comfortable. I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, so there's a few more quests going on here. I'm interested especially if there's a... In that Darkspawn won first. Yet judgment the death of good Sir Ruth. There were no options I felt really happy about with this. The disgraced Grey Warden Sir Ruth wishes to make good on your judgment, Inquisitor. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the...
What happened in Adamant is a shame. I'm still reeling over the army of demons. Imagine what would have happened if the Inquisitor hadn't arrived.
Yeah, we would have been pretty fucked. She has asked for assistance in reaching one of the deeper recesses of the Deep Roads, so that her premature calling might serve a greater good. Laudable, but any expedition to the Deep Roads comes with considerable risk. Josephine, I suggest an invitation over an escort. Our dwarven contacts would welcome the chance to bolster their forces with a warden on her calling. Liliana, an escort is simple. I really like this one. An escort is simple. I could also arrange to note her exact path should you wish to recover her body for any perceived honors. Cullen, many of our soldiers lost family to the Blight. I've no doubt many would volunteer to escort the warden. My concern is that they would not stop at escorting. I'm definitely going with Josephine here, no question.
Let us begin.
Like, it seems like the best end for her. Like an end where she's wanted and desired, and I like that one. Rather than feeling like the eyes of, I don't know, angry eyes are on her. Speaking of angered eyes. Alliances with angered eyes. It has come to violence. Lord de Rosier has directly challenged the holdings of our ally Lady Tybalt. He claims their isn't Tybalt some crappy planeswalker also? I might be thinking of someone else. He claims their ties to the Inquisition are to blame for his loss of honor, which is technically true. His militia is poised to threaten several trade outposts, though his will to attack may not be absolute. Lady Richelieu offers a barrage of names to clarify. Despite being ostracized, Lord de Rosier retains many allies. While you can certainly hold him at bay, perhaps we should revisit another course. Uniting his house and that of your allied Tybalt might both appease and profit all involved. The daughter Celeste Tybalt is still betrothed to a Leandra, but this is war of sorts. In such times, is not personal sacrifice preferable to bloodshed? It is, in fact, the only wise outcome, and I have already begun preparations. Are we understood? Lady Eustace Richelieu. This is the woman who is really in a shitty situation, if I'm remembering correctly. I know that it's war and you don't want to throw away lives for it, but I don't want to send her back to that position. Josephine, I expect that while it will not please all involved, asking for a marriage to end this would be quickly agreed to by all parties. It is a language they all understand, Inquisitor. They have no teeth for fighting. Liliana, should we commit lives to this mess? If we withdraw, our original goal is achieved. They are fractured. None of this group is a threat. Cullen, we have the manpower to thwart Lord de Rosier. We chose a course and we can see it through. I know it doesn't matter, and I shouldn't be thinking that much about this, but I know that Josephine's is the smart play, but I don't want to throw that woman to the wolves with a crappy marriage. I mean, I also don't want to throw everyone's soldiers' lives to the wolves either, but we did commit to this. Let's go with Cullen.
Inquisitor.
Sorry for all the lives that are lost in service of not locking someone to a crappy marriage. I apologize. Unmask those across the sea. I had our people remove the downward pointing triangular symbols from our outposts. I don't remember this. They have not made a reappearance, which means little. It's clear someone has an interest in the Inquisition. Someone organized with ties to those across the sea to Venter, I guess. We've eliminated the Kunari as the most obvious suspects. Nonetheless, knowing who they're not does not tell us who they are, what they're doing, or why. They're clever, we know that, and they have the resources. Or they have resources, but so do we, and they should learn that they are not to toy with the Inquisition. Cullen. This is pointless. I won't commit our forces to hunting a shadowy cabal obsessed with little chalk drawings. I say we forget this and focus on Corypheus. Liliana, if our investigations have any hope of succeeding, we'll have to strike hard and fast before they even know we're looking. Coordinated effort hitting all the leads we have at once. I mean, this is a world where chalk drawings could, like, summon rifts and crap like that. Probably not exactly, but like I don't. If it were our world, yeah, it's just vandalism. But in their world, I am going with Liliana.
Inquisitor.
Okay, and we'll come back to the rest later when we have people available. So now I'm going to take a walk around Skyhold and start to just talk to people and see, and I'll cut in if there's anything new that pops up. Any progress in personal storylines, that sort of thing.
We've an interesting development, Inquisitor. A petition from citizens of Val Royal.
Do tell.
Wish to know what Andraste said to you in the Fade.
They think she spoke to me?
Even Liliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
God, I really dislike this. I mean, I don't dislike it as a
Andraste
story.
who
I just,
saved me.
it's really
Few
uncomfortable.
people outside Skyhold know it was Divine Justinia who delivered you from the Fade. You could attempt to tell Val Royal citizens the truth, though it may not be as inspiring as they hope.
Again, this is one where, because I'm playing a video game, I feel more comfortable asserting not the smartest choice. If I were actually... I think the smartest choice is tell him I speak for her or say she loves us all or something like that. I'm going to go tell him it wasn't Andraste. Let's see where the truth
Tell
goes.
them the Inquisition's position is that the Divine saved me from the Fade, not Andraste.
Very well. Some of the devout will be discouraged, but it will plagueate the chantry.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the Divine herself, like this figure, this uniting figure, is the person who saved me. Like that, it's not like I'm telling him there's no Santa. I mean, I'm just telling him that the person who actually saved us is someone who should be a revered figure, who we want to set up as a revered, uniting figure.
Sure you want them now. Let's just say I'm glad they...
There's a quest here. I swear there was a quest here just a second ago. It was an exclamation mark that was just here.
Grey Warden, what have you done? The oath you have taken is all but broken. All is undone. Demons have come to destroy this peace we have had for so long. Ally or foe, maker only knows. Ally or foe, the maker only knows. The stronghold lives on in the armies reborn.
Of course.
Compelled to forge on, what will we become? Can you be forgiven when the cold grave has come? Or will you have won, or will battle rage on? Oh, Grey Warden, what have you done? The oath you have
you say so.
taken is all but broken. All is undone. Ash in the sun, cast into darkness the light we had won. Ally or foe, maker only knows. Ally or foe, the maker only knows. The stronghold lives on and the armies reborn. Compelled to forge on, what will we become?
Could be better.
Can you be forgiven when the cold grave has come? Or will you have won, or will battle rage on?
We all did.
That's quite a good song, and I appreciate that she just crafted it in the wake of everything that just happened. Not a banger the way that, like...
At Adamant.
I did?
I don't see why it concerns you.
We still got one of them here. What if his mind goes too?
Clearly our warden is of sterner constitution.
Oh, Blackwall. Yeah, it's not a banger the way that, like, Sera Was Never or that Liliana song they have is, but it's haunting, and like it gets the whole idea that no one in town really knows. Like, it's probably shaken, and the Grey Wardens are these mythical heroes, and it's probably shaken what everyone thinks of them. How are you doing, Sera?
Sera, about Adamant and what happened in the Fade. A good shot. Why are you angry?
Shut up and listen, yeah? Never again. You hear me?
She really does not like the
trapped in
Fade.
that place. I can't think about that shite. Friggin' not real nightmares.
Yeah.
And I saw nothing. Nothing. They were like little empty things. Like there's nothing in the dark. No point. Stupid, right? That shouldn't be scary, like it was. I'd have taken spiders. Like you. You're scared of spiders. All of them. Even little ones.
Yeah, oh, basically.
Pretty much scared of all spiders, yes.
That's no good. I mean, they're everywhere. I bet even right here, just crawling with those legs and hairy
God.
arms. That's probably not helping.
No.
It's stupid to think about anyway. Everybody going on about imaginary stuff when real people died. Probably. Hawk, yeah? Lost a champion. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round. They're the good thing that means a bad thing is about to happen. Like in Denerim, when the Blight entered.
Or Gandalf Stormcrow. I see what she means. That is fascinating. The way she described the nothing there. And this is something that I think it was Arc 13 commented about in the last video, where you mentioned that her fear was just that there's no maker, there's no point, there's just kind of pain and oppression, and that's it. And I think this absolutely supports that. Just that little bits of, I don't know, there's no, just nothing, just pointlessness. It's abstract for her. But no, that's not, it's more abstract than I would have expected from her. I would have expected like the nothing from someone like Solus or even Cassandra maybe. But it's a interesting shade to her character and her story. What was the Blight like? That's called planning ahead. I only care if they're useful. What was the Blight like?
It must have been rough living through the Blight.
Someone yells Darkspawn, and then nothing happens for a long time. Then wardens show up and take your stuff. Or, you know, some prick noble takes your stuff because wardens may ask for it. Then you steal it back. So whatever. The first ones in line to screw everyone weren't Darkspawn. That's all I'm saying. Blackwall's nice, though. Different from the Adamant ones. Need more like him.
Yeah, he's okay. Like, he's not actively evil. He's not the best character, but he's not evil.
Hey you have time? It's not a question, let's go. I've got something I want to do for you. Just come. You won't need your gear and stuff.
Time for games. What are you getting me into? I'm ready for anything. Let's go.
With you, I'll do anything.
I bet, yeah. Come on, let's do it.
We're going to be pranking people or enjoying...
eating on a roof.
They're horrible, right? And raisins. Ugh. I freaking still hate cookies.
You know, this is about as far from what I expected as we could get.
Yeah. It's nice,
I got
quiet.
caught stealing when I was little, yeah? You get alienage or worse for that, but the Lady Emerald took me in. She was sick and couldn't have children. I had no parents. It worked out. Anyway, she gets a year sicker, so I ask her about cookies. Because mums make cookies. I can pass that down or something. Turns out, she couldn't cook. She missed that talk with her mom. The ones she made, she bought and pretended.
Oh my god.
Ah, right. Well, no, she was a bitch.
Oh.
She hid buying them by keeping me away from the baker. She did that by lying that he didn't like me, didn't like elves. She let me hate so she could protect her pride. I hated him so much, and I hated... Well, she died. And I hate pride. Pride cookies. But this is great, you're great. So I thought maybe me and you could make some... I don't know, us cookies. Because then I could like them again. Oh, it's stupid.
It is the farthest thing. Oh, it was nice. Why hate her? This, cause I definitely want to go with that's a great idea. Because, yeah, I mean, forge your own. God, now I want to go like I don't know if I'm gonna ever have kids or a family or anything like that. I know I'm like 30. I just turned 37, so it's kind of late for that decision. I don't know if that kind of might be out of my hands, but I would love to make your own legacy when you don't have recipes to pass down, that sort of thing. Anyway, Emma was nice, but I hate her.
I don't understand. This Lady Emerald was just trying to be good to you.
She hurt people.
It was just cookies.
It was not just cookies. Lie to herself, fair play, only hurts her. But she made me think there was something wrong with me. And the baker? I made his life shit. Why not? It seemed like he deserved it. I mean, if you don't give a child a cookie because of appearances, you're a monster. Stupid pride whore noble. I know, I said it was stupid. That's why I want to get rid of it. I want to make better cookies.
You, but not cookies.
You know what? That would be great.
See, I knew. Wait, really? Because it seemed friggin' daft every step to me. Oh, piss balls! I could have made a whole dirty thing about your biscuit. Or muffins. Or muffins on the roof. Because tits.
Sera, this is silly, wonderful fun. Just like you.
100%.
That's good, right? Because the roof was a really bad idea. Can't do it on a roof.
Seems a little bit dangerous. Yes, we can and should. I mean, why not?
My roof, my rules.
Oh, I am gonna break both.
God, what a cool character. What a great character she is. I have literally no idea how she's perceived in the fandom. Like, if you told me that she was hated, I would believe it. If you told me she was beloved and there's tons of fan art and praising her, I would believe it too. Anyway, that's going to be it for me for now. Next time I will continue talking to people around town. I'm also, my plan as of now is once I'm done in Skyhold, I was going to go to the Exalted Plains or the Hissing, I think there's the Hissing Waste is also a thing. I might be wrong about that. I swear there was a Hissing Wastes thing. Yeah, but I was going to go to either of those places next. Let me know if you have a preference between them. Or if I'm mistaken and the Hissing Waste is just something from my dreams or nightmares and it's not actually in-game, let me know too. Yeah, so thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.